So now we're going to go into different kind of elements and go through that. So the first one, let's go on and talk about that of what I just mentioned, environmental storytelling. For those of you who don't know, environmental storytelling is essentially you telling the story with just the environment. I know, pretty easy. It's the it's the name on the can. What it means is sometimes this won't be just on you. This will also be down to your environment artist on your level 2. But it's always good to discuss with them. Maybe your mission/narrative designer has some ideas too. But I'm just saying these elements can be not just the responsibility of, say, you, the level designer, but actually be that of the whole team. So when you are doing these, make sure that you are talking to them. Do get feedback from your teammates because it's really important. But before that, what it should be is kind of setting the scene, going through and showing kind of what has happened here. There's always the example I've given in previous episodes of that when you arrive in a kitchen and there is blood on the floor with some empty shells from bullets. And then you see the door kind of smashed open and some blood just leading around it. Now, what we're thinking here is someone's either been invaded and been shot. Maybe there was an argument and someone, like I said, shot and they escaped and ran out. But what it is it's giving the player enough information to allow them to understand what the story is, but try and give open-mindedness for the player to kind of fill in their gaps in their own way, which is why I think not every story will do this. Sometimes you will need to give more details, but I really I really enjoy about this element of telling your stories is that you kind of give them a bit more leeway, give it that kind of sense that it's open to interpretation. There isn't just kind of one answer. It's on the player to kind of look at it and figure out, well, hold on, did this play out like this, or was there kind of other elements as well? And that's one thing that I should think you should focus on when it comes to environmental storytelling, is leave it a bit more open-ended. Make sure that you tell enough, but don't sell everything. And it is also hard if you are just using props. If you have things like journal or audio entries, that can obviously help a lot and make sure that they do link in with them. Because if it doesn't, then obviously it ruins the whole illusion. But if you can actually play to your strengths of teaming up together, you can sell the story even better. Because this is also something to keep in mind with journal entries. Not all players will read them. So that's why it's even more important for you to help sell what has happened, do the story. Now, the devil is in the details here. So make sure that you reflect that. And I'm saying this from my experience as well, everyone, is there's some times where I didn't necessarily think about the details. And sometimes you have to think about if, let's give an example, someone has fallen from a very big height, shall we say, that when they fall, they're probably, and it's kind of a sad and also kind of gory topic to discuss, but in the sense of video games, if a body does hit the floor at a certain height, it can leave some big impact there too. Think about, when people talk about if you spit from the top of the Eiffel Tower or drop a penny, that can actually do damage to someone underneath because of the velocity that you're coming down at. Sometimes if you jump too high into water, the impact is just going to feel like hitting concrete. If you've all jumped in from a certain height and belly flopped onto or into the pool of the ocean, that hurts. There's a reason that your body turns red. It's probably not just because you're in the sun like me, who's English and pasty white, but it's because of the impact itself. So really have a think about, those details. Well, could you have some sort of maybe decals to show that something has broken up? Could you perhaps have something broken off because of, when it impacted, it broke in and the glass shattered, for example. So again, the devil is in the detail here.